Here are the top 9 must-try noodles from China, ranging from slurpy street eats to hearty regional specialties that will delight spice fiends and comfort food fans alike. Look at this. You won't believe how this simple green pea starch powder transforms into a refreshing meal in just minutes. The process is surprisingly fast. The powder is mixed with water to form a smooth slurry. It's then poured into a hot wok and stirred constantly, thickening from a milky liquid into a translucent paste in moments. A quick bath in cold water is all it takes to set it into a firm, jiggly jelly. Once set, it's sliced into thick, slippery strips. The real magic is in the sauce. A vibrant mix of garlic, fresh chilies, chili flakes, and sesame seeds is blasted with sizzling hot oil to unlock its fragrant aroma. Then, salt, sugar, soy sauce, and rice vinegar are stirred in, balanced with cool water to create the perfect savory broth. Poured over the noodles with fresh cucumber and crunchy soybeans, it becomes an incredible summer dish. Would you try it? This might look like a simple bowl of noodles, but it contains an ingredient combination so potent, some have tried to have it restricted. It all starts with these fiery green peppers and vibrant tomatoes, freshly picked from his garden. But the real secret isn't just the vegetables, it's how they're combined with over half a dozen eggs and a unique blend of spices. The mixture is stir-fried in a searing hot wok, creating a rich, savory sauce that awakens the senses. And that's because this specific recipe creates a huge surge of capsaicin and lycopene, which can supercharge the metabolism but is considered far too intense for a regular diet. Poured over fresh noodles, it becomes a powerful meal that provides an entire day's worth of energy in one bowl, which is why it remains a legendary dish in his village. Did you know that mung beans can be transformed into refreshing silky noodles? To make them, start by washing the mung beans thoroughly, then grind them using a stone mill. Place the ground beans in a cloth bag and squeeze to extract the liquid while removing the skins. Let the liquid sit in a large container for a day and a night, so the starch can settle at the bottom. The next day, discard the clear water on top and collect the starch at the bottom. Mix it with clean water and repeat the settling process 2 more times to purify the starch. Once you have the clean mung bean starch, cook it until it thickens. Then, let it cool into a firm, jelly-like cake. Finally, shred it into thin strands. And just like that, you have fresh, homemade mung bean noodles. This may look like a simple bowl of noodles, but the secret to its incredible texture lies in a surprising process of washing flour. It starts with a basic dough, but what they do with it next is what makes all the difference. The dough is repeatedly kneaded and rinsed in water, a process that seems to dissolve it. But what's actually happening is the separation of starch from gluten. The milky water, rich in starch, is carefully set aside. What remains is a dense, rubbery ball of pure gluten, the key to the dish's satisfying chew. The gluten is steamed until firm and then sliced into savory strips. Meanwhile, the starchy water is poured into a thin layer and steamed, miraculously transforming into delicate, silky noodle sheets. These fresh noodles, known as liang pi or cold skin noodles, are then cut and combined with the gluten, crisp bean sprouts, and a flavorful mix of garlic, chili oil, and soy sauce. This rich, savory topping might look simple, but it's actually a local secret that transforms a humble bowl of noodles into an unforgettable meal. And it all starts with this prime cut of pork belly, which is meticulously chopped and minced by hand. This traditional method is key to achieving the perfect texture that melts in your mouth. The meat is then slow cooked in hot oil, rendering its fat and becoming incredibly crispy. A special blend of chili and aromatics like garlic and ginger are added, creating a deeply fragrant and flavorful sauce. This rich meat sauce is then generously ladled over freshly boiled rice noodles and topped with pickled greens, crushed peanuts, and fresh herbs. The result is an explosion of flavor and texture in every bite, which is why this dish has been a beloved staple for generations. This might look like a simple noodle dish, but it's made using a technique that transforms it into one of the most addictive fast foods. It all starts with glass noodles, briefly boiled with crisp chives and then drained. But the real magic is in the toppings. A generous pile of fresh chilies, minced garlic, chili flakes, and sesame seeds are added. Then, sizzling hot oil is poured over everything, instantly unlocking an incredible aroma. Finally, a mix of salt, soy sauce, and vinegar is tossed in, coating every single strand. It's often served alongside tender stir-fried peppers and savory Chinese sausage, which are cooked to perfection in a hot wok. The result is a perfect balance of spicy, savory, and tangy flavors that's incredibly satisfying and ready in minutes, proving that the best fast food is the kind you make yourself. You might think fast food is a modern thing, but this is how people in the past enjoyed a quick, healthy meal. Start by chopping garlic, adding chili flakes and sesame seeds, then pouring hot oil on top. Season it with salt, MSG, soy sauce, balsamic vinegar, then mix it with water, and there's your flavorful dressing. For the toppings, blanch bean sprouts and scallions, and slice up some fresh cucumber. Here's the most important part. Mix cornstarch, mung bean flour, and wheat flour. Cook over high heat until it thickens, then strain it into cold water. The mixture will firm up into bouncy, jelly-like noodles. Now you just have to toss the noodles with your veggies and sauce, and there you have it, a refreshing, spicy bowl of ancient fast food, ready in minutes. You've probably never seen noodles like this before. They're so ridiculously wide, they look more like ribbons, but it turns out their size is the secret to their incredible flavor. It all starts with a simple dough of flour, salt, and water, but the magic is in the technique. The dough is rolled into a massive, paper-thin sheet, then folded and cut into these giant strips. This isn't just for looks. The huge surface area is designed to do one thing: grab onto flavor. Once boiled with soybean sprouts and greens pak choy, the noodles are topped with fresh scallions, a mountain of chili powder, and minced garlic. But this is the crucial part. Sizzling hot oil is poured directly over the top, instantly unlocking an explosive aroma. Finished with a rich meat sauce, it creates a dish that's impossible to forget, which is why many argue this ancient method easily beats Italy's best pasta. This jiggly dish might look like a dessert, but it's actually a savory snack made from a vegetable you probably just bake or fry, the sweet potato. And it all starts with this ancient technique. The sweet potatoes are ground into a fine pulp on a rough stone slab. This mash is then filtered multiple times, and after settling overnight, the water is poured off to reveal a dense, pure white starch at the bottom. This is the secret ingredient, which is then cooked until it transforms into a thick, translucent jelly. Once cooled, it's sliced and loaded with flavor: ginger water, preserved vegetables, fish mint, zesty pickled radish, crunchy peanuts, spicy chili oil, Sichuan pepper, soy sauce, and fresh chives. It's a complete reinvention of a common vegetable, creating a summer snack that's more refreshing than any salad you've ever had. Have you ever sat around a bubbling pot, cooking your own food while sharing stories and laughter? That's the magic of hot pot, a centuries-old dining tradition that turns every meal into a social event. Originating in China over 1,000 years ago, hot pot brings people together around a shared pot of rich, simmering broth. Each person adds their favorite meats, seafood, and veggies, creating a feast that's as personal as it is communal. Popular during family gatherings and celebrations like Lunar New Year, hot pot isn't just about food. It's about connection, warmth, and joy. With endless broth styles and dipping sauces to explore, no two hot pot meals are ever the same. That's all for today. Hope you liked the video, and see you soon.